Hey everybody, happy Red Friday. Welcome to another episode of Red Friday Reviews. Normally what I would do on Red Friday is review a product, but because I've been getting so many questions about the retreat at Dimensions I just did, I thought I would take the opportunity to try and explain a little bit and answer a few questions. So this is going to be from my perspective as a guest. I'm not being paid or this isn't scripted. This is just totally off the cuff. I'd really like to get some information out there. So what it is Dimensions Retreat in the Algonquin Highlands. It's a beautiful area up there, 40 acres of property. You have trails, you have beaches, you have kayaks, canoes, depending on what time of year you go. There's also so much nature and there's no distractions of any city noise or stresses like that. Firstly, it is a Veteran Affairs Canada covered program, which means they will cover all the costs, travel to and from, the cost of the retreat, as well as 45 weeks of outpatient care. So that's care after you've finished the retreat. There's still stuff that carries on to make sure they're not just throwing you to the wind, and you can still continue on at home once you've reintegrated with continuing on learning and practicing skills. So I guess the biggest question I get, and I will talk about other aspects of the Dimensions retreat, the biggest question I get right off the hop is, do they take your phone? The answer is no, they don't take your phone. You're a grown adult. You're there to heal. You're on your wellness journey. It is recommended by me, not by anybody else, but take the time to do a little bit of a digital detox. You get your own room, your own space. You're not sharing an area with anybody else. You get a shower. In your space. You have a soaker tub. There's lots of room for moving around. You got a nice bed. There's place to hang up your clothes. You also have a mini bar fridge, and you also have a little coffee set up there. There is a bigger house with all the food and different stuff. I'll get into that in a sec. But the biggest thing is you do not lose your phone. I would recommend you be responsible. I didn't take my phone to everything. I mostly took my phone to try and get some pictures, to try and capture a few memories. The one thing you can't take pictures of are the other guests unless you have your permission. A lot of people will randomly take pictures and post on social media. Some people want their anonymity respected. They don't want people knowing they're there. And that's fine. There's no issue. You can take pictures of anything else. You can take pictures of the food, the area, the trails, all that stuff. But if you're going to put people in your pictures, make sure you ask permission first. The other thing is, like I said, you get your own cabin. So a lot of retreats and programs, they have where you bunk up. At the Algonquin Highlands retreat, it's the space is fantastic. So you do have a schedule through the day. There's a personal schedule for you. The other people that are there, you will have crossover stuff where you do group stuff together. You will see people in passing. You will more than likely make friends unless you spend your entire time in your cabin. But there's people around. Just because you have something, it might not mean somebody else has something at the same time. So everybody has a personalized schedule. It's timetable, day, everything. You just have to look, check where you're going. If you want to, you can leave the schedule and you can run back and forth to wherever your appointments are. Everything is within 45 seconds to a minute walk. It's not far. Everything is really close. You can also attach it to your own phone calendar, whether it's Google or Outlook or whatever you can have it populate your phone, and then all your appointments are in there for the 10 days. Some people did that. I'm not as tech savvy, and I'm really trying to get up. Getting back to the coverage, this is a fully funded Veteran Affairs Canada program. Now, with saying that, you do have to apply. They're not just handing this out like candy. There is a process. So whether you have a case manager or don't, go through MyVac, ask for a case manager because you're applying to the Dimensions Retreat program in the Algonquin Highlands. Something that goes very well in conjunction with that application is to go to either a counselor, if you're seeing one, a psychotherapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist, whoever you're going to see, and ask them for a letter that's going to accompany the application and basically explaining why this would be beneficial for your recovery and your health. Once that's done, you're going to have to wait for a little bit. In the meantime, once everything's starting to be processed, Dimensions will reach out to you and they will start compiling information up a report so that they can communicate back and forth to Veteran Affairs. You don't have to keep explaining this and explaining that. There will be people doing that for you. If you have a good case manager and they're knowledgeable about the coverage for this program, then it's going to be. My case manager was Laura Peters. She's in Oromocto. She's fantastic. She works out of the building on Restigouche. But if you go through my VAC and you request her specifically, then she's an excellent resource. She's got experience now with the application process and all that stuff that they need to do on the Veteran Affairs side of things to help you get approval for this program. So once all that's done, once you get everything, there will be a package sent out to you. You will have 2 or 3, maybe 4 meetings on Skype with counselors, and basically they will start to prepare you for what to expect. You will also get a chance to meet the other guests that are going on. Once you get through that process, you jump on your plane or in your car, or wherever you go. Once you get there, if you're flying in, somebody will be at the airport to meet you and to take you to Dimensions, which is fantastic. I also want to say that getting transportation home after Dimensions was also excellent, because you're basically in this place of serenity and calm, and then you have to navigate Toronto traffic. So I'm quite thankful that Trevor was able to drive me back to the airport so I could just jump on a plane and really not worry too much about any of that stuff. So once you get off your plane, if that's how you get in there, and you travel up to Dimensions, the first thing, there will be people there to greet you, to pick up your luggage, to help you tour the area, give you a little peek into, this is the area for eating, this is the area for whatever it might be. The area is absolutely beautiful. There are trails everywhere. You're close to the water. There's always food. You are not going to go hungry. And while I'm mentioning the food, there are chefs there that prepare amazing meals. You will be spoiled. I'm going to say that right now. The meals, as tasty as they are for a reason. There is a purpose behind the meals. What it's for is to promote gut health. So gut health is huge for the mindfulness. Serotonin is created in the gut. I'm not going to get into the science, but the food is delicious. There's never anything the same. You will have breakfast around 9 in the morning. You'll have lunch about 1 o'clock, and then you'll eat supper around 6. There's snacks all day. There's water, there's coffee, there's the fancy espresso machine. You won't go hungry and you won't go thirsty. So I know me going up there, I have a bit of a bigger appetite. Don't worry about it. You're not going to be. What the day-to-day is like, I did post some stuff up, and then it's really hard to keep up with that while you're also doing your own journey. So I was there for my own recovery and wellness, and to get more tools and to advance where I'm at. So I had learned tools in the past, which is fantastic. If you're going there and this is the beginning of your journey, trust me, this is a great start. If you're in the middle of your journey, if you need a bit of a reset, I know the last few years have been really tough, especially I felt it too. It was great to go there and put time into yourself, make space, let go of some of the garbage, and just focus on your wellness and healing. Some of the things they do there are guided breath work, guided meditation. There is a float tank. There is a biofeedback bed. There's individual counseling, but I want to let people know you're not going there like to a psychologist appointment every week. That's not the thing. So they do somatic release, which is basically the stress that your body holds. You release that. They talk you through and show you how to do this. You also get programs to take home after so that you can keep up with it. There are also group classes. There are going to be, for veterans, 3 ceremonies. I'm not going to get into too much with the ceremonies. I will tell you this: you can use cannabis, or you don't have to. It's recommended with the cannabis, and they do have somebody there trained to guide you through. But what it allows you to do is to be in a more relaxed state and allow your mind to open, listen to the guided meditation. And generally, you're doing an inward journey, things that maybe bothered you that you want to address and let out, cry it out, laugh it out, do whatever you have to do. It's a safe space, and you don't have to feel shame or embarrassment or anything like that. Everybody on that journey is trying to better themselves. They're trying to be a better version of themselves than when they showed up. And I don't care who you are, you go on this retreat and you are going to pick up some tools. And if nothing else, you are going to leave with a better sense of calm and ease. And it's a great way to de-stress and take some time. Massage therapy, they have, there's Thai massage, there's almost any type of massage you can think of. And the massage therapists and everybody in the area are all about wellness. So they're able to talk, or you can just lay there and they can do their thing, helping you release some of that tension. While I'm talking about massage, you get a massage every day for 9 days. So for me, every morning, somewhere around, say, 10 or 11 o'clock, I was going to get a massage. I'm telling you, that really helps. You're also encouraged to take Epsom salts baths. You get a fresh new Epsom salt container every day. They clean your room. While I'm mentioning cleaning the room, this facility is absolutely spotless. It's probably one of the cleanest places I've ever been in my life. There's always people cleaning and picking things up. And if you're somebody who doesn't like clutter, don't worry about it. You're going to have an excellent time not worrying about tidying things up or cleaning things up. The other thing I will mention too, while I'm thinking of that, because I'm thinking of the building, dogs are allowed. So if you want to take your dog during the application process, you just have to let Algonquin Highlands know. You'll be talking to Carrie. Carrie is the veteran liaison for between Dimensions and Veteran Affairs and yourself. So if you have any questions about dogs or taking your dog or whatever, it's totally it's okay. It's a safe space for dogs. There is a dog there, Honey. If you do decide that you don't want to take a dog, or you don't have a dog, but you'd still like some of that companionship, she's roaming around. She's super friendly, 2.5-year-old golden retriever, beautiful dog. There was another guest, 2 guests on my retreat that brought dogs, and it was amazing. They are allowed into everything except when food is served. So at mealtime, the dogs are not allowed there, but they are allowed everywhere else if you want to take them. So that's a nice thing. The whole experience is set up for being stress-free and to take all the outside issues away for the most part and allow you to focus on your healing. That would be a different experience for everybody. For me, I walked away with a better connection between my mind and body. I felt much calmer. I also made room. I was holding on to some garbage, the same as a lot of people do. We don't do it intentionally. It's just kind of the way things go. So as busy human beings, we tend to forget that we're animals. And in nature, animals, when they have a traumatic experience, let's just say it's a gazelle being chased by a lion. The gazelle will take time and go into the woods and basically shake off. So they'll just sit there and vigorously shake for a couple of seconds or however long, and then they're good. They just shake it off. People don't. We just hold on to that forever. It's like we don't take time to just let it go or vent it out, or in a healthy way, vent it out and let it go. What they do at the Algonquin Highlands is they show you healthy ways to somatically tension, and you are monitored throughout the whole process, as natural and authentic as you can get. It's very organic. There's also a opportunity, depending on what time of year you go, that you can do a cold plunge. So if you're in the winter, they'll cut a hole in the ice, you can jump in. They take you through the whole process of how to do this and breath work and all that stuff. It's also, nothing is mandatory. I will say this, try and attend as much as you can, because the more you go, the more you'll learn and the more you'll benefit. If you're having a day, or you did, say, massage and some stuff come out, now you need a minute, but now you have something else after, say the float tank or something, you can cancel that. You can just go to somebody and say, listen, I need a minute. I'm going to go for a nature walk. I'm not feeling the float tank. No problem. Nothing is mandatory. This is curated to what you need and to your growth. So that being said, there's plenty of opportunity to pick up new skills. The breath work is amazing. The mindfulness, which is more of a meditation, and it's a guided meditation, allowing you to kind of relax and let some stress out. At the same time, you can also explore some things that may be troubling you. Now, you don't have to go down rabbit holes with traumas. There could be childhood stuff. There could be things that you're just holding on to. Like, even if you're driving in traffic, we tend to hold on to that too. Let that out. It makes room for love, respect, joy, happiness, authenticity, whatever it is you need. The Algonquin Highlands, honestly, I can't recommend it enough. I think it's such a valuable tool. I think if you're interested, please reach out to me, or reach out to the Algonquin Highlands as well. They can answer any of your questions. This program is offered to civilians, which is a 4-day, first responders, I think, which is a 4-day. Again, this is on the website. And for veterans, it's a 10-day retreat. Some of that is incorporated because coming in, it takes you a little while to arrive or to land. You're stressed out, you're anxious, you're on the move. Your body tends to maybe do certain things when you're traveling around. It gives you time to kind of land and come into the retreat. They make a joke that usually it's, anywhere from day 3 to 5 is when people finally arrive. They're at that place. But it is 10 days. So at the end too, they start to prepare you for reintegration. So after being in a place like the Algonquin Highlands, gets very easy to be relaxed and calm because there's not any stresses in that area. But eventually you do have to go back to the city, to your home, to traffic, to whatever. So they start to reintegrate you into that. So the 10 days, there is a purpose, and the 10 days went by really quick. Lots of people at the end of the 10 days are like, can I do another 10 days? Once you reintegrate, then there is also more follow-up emails with that as well. You'll get reintegration packages. You will start and set up doing appointments once a week with a counselor on the other end. If you're looking for something, you're trying to just improve what you've learned, you're just getting out of the military, you need a start point. Really, I don't see how this wouldn't benefit anybody on whichever part of your recovery journey you're on. To me, and this is my recommendation, I would highly recommend looking into this. I think this is a fantastic program. I can't say enough good stuff about it. There was other programs I was going to attend, but because of cannabis not being allowed, or taking your phone away, or whatever the case may be, I did outpatient care for most of my treatment. Cannabis is allowed anywhere outside. So you can smoke anywhere outside. There's ashtrays everywhere. There's little spots for smoking. You cannot smoke inside. However, you can vape anywhere. So you can vape during ceremonies. I wouldn't recommend vaping at like meals or anything. Nobody did that. But you're allowed to go into the main area. There's a huge building there. There's a wood stove, all the food, the kitchen and where you eat. And there's a huge like sitting area. There's also an outside patio area where you can sit. They have, if it's cool, they light the propane fire and stuff outside. You can't smoke around any doorways, the same as everywhere else in Canada, I think. But outside, you can't smoke in your cabin. You can vape in your cabin, but you can't smoke. So they have a little deck on the back there, an ashtray and all that stuff too easy, go out there, spark up a joint or whatever your consumption method is. Edibles, all that stuff. That's no issue. I'm hoping that I've kind of given enough information to get people interested. I feel as this starts to catch on, we're going to be running into waiting lists. There is also an expansion project planned for Dimensions. They are planning to make things bigger, add some different things, just because right now there's more. It's gaining popularity, and they're going to need more room. It doesn't mean there's going to be necessarily bigger groups or whatever. I had a smaller group when I was there, and I thought it was amazing. There was 5 of us. I think the maximum they will do is 12. Ceremonies are a long day. It's a lot of, there's a lot of internal work. There's a lot of breath work. There's a lot of somatic release and that kind of thing. You will feel amazing after, but you will be tired. So that night, after supper, especially with the cannabis use, there's usually some giggles and some laughter, followed by, I want to go to bed. So it's really good. Like I said, I can't say enough good stuff. If anybody has any questions, you want to ask something that I haven't covered, and this is going to be, I could have went on for 3 hours about the amazing Dimensions retreat. I don't want to get into specifics about what you do necessarily. That's everybody is on their own journey, right? So it's more about the takeaways. Like I said, I feel more balanced, more grounded. I feel like I have more room, I have more patience, and it just makes you feel lighter. It's much easier for me to be grateful and have gratitude. You know what it's like when you're just in a space and it's stress. It becomes very hard to make room and to try and be grateful. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope I didn't put you to sleep, but this is just a fantastic program. Reach out if you have any questions. I hope you have an amazing Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a great weekend. Do what makes you happy. Maybe go onto the computer, spend a little time Googling Dimensions and see what that's all about.